And it actually is true to what the article's title is. Well, I was doing that on YouTube, and I came across this Alec Baldwin interview on ABC. And it's not the actual interview, but it's the... excuse you. It's the... like the prelude up to the interview. So I'm going to go ahead and play this.
Preview?
Yeah. Same thing.
There you go.
So I'm going to go ahead and play this, Zach. And I sent this to you, but we're just going to play a short bit of this clip. And it's just one statement that this man made that is the ultimate stupid statement. And it's something I talked about. I literally did a demonstration on the show yesterday. And I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it every day till people get it through their freaking heads.
Wow. Okay.
Right?
You and about 1,000 other people.
So here we go. Listen to this. Now,
The 1 in a trillion shot, and the gun was in your hand. How do you come to terms with that? It wasn't in the script.
We're listening.
For the trigger to be pulled.
well, you
Well, the
can't
trigger
hear it,
wasn't
but
pulled. I didn't
everyone
pull
else
the
can.
trigger.
Oh, okay.
So you never pulled the trigger.
No. I would never
It's only
point a
for
gun at anyone
special
and pull a
use.
trigger at them. Never.
What did you think happened?
You're talking in the middle of it. Damn it. Let me
No.
rewind that. Because he
You never
slippy
pulled
says
the
this.
trigger.
No. Well, the trigger wasn't pulled. I didn't pull the trigger.
So you never pulled the trigger.
No. I would never point a gun at anyone and pull a trigger at them. Never.
What did you think happened?
You dumb motherfucker, Alec Baldwin. Did you... So, I sent it to you, though, and you did watch that clip, right?
I did.
So, you pulled the trigger.
Unlike you, I'm just going to say it was quite silly.
You stupid asshole, Alec Baldwin. No. I never pulled the trigger. I don't know what happened. I have the same kind of gun that Alec Baldwin was using in his video. And to, whoever watches this, please take something away from this. It's a single action revolver. The only real difference is that this is not near as probably nice as the one that Alec Baldwin had because it was a Colt. But it's a single action revolver. I've cocked the hammer.
Hey, just for my sake
Yes.
and for sake of argument, did you check to see if there were any bullets in the chamber?
I did. Before I started the video, I checked. It doesn't
Okay.
matter if there's bullets in it or not, though, Zach. You know why?
I understand that, but we as the people who are talking about these things and presenting these arguments and foul language to people must always practice proper gun safety.
You're right. But for the sake of this argument, because Alec Baldwin actually shot someone,
Yeah.
the audience doesn't need to know if the gun is loaded or not. You know why? It doesn't matter. Because the thing that I am proving is that this revolver I just set down back here will not go off. With the hammer off, look. Hammer's back, ready to fire. Okay? I'm going to lay it back down here next to my assault rifle that I have on display. And this freaking gun will not shoot anybody unless I pull that freaking trigger. I would say the fuck word, but I'm too mad to say the fuck word because then it's really derogatory.
Well, you just said it twice, so you kind of negated.
But I said it in
what
a
you were
calmer
trying to accomplish.
voice.
No, that's kind of like it's like giving somebody's toilet an upper decker saying that you still use the restroom properly.
Toilet and upper decker?
You've never heard of an upper decker?
No.
If you don't like somebody, you go to their house, and when you use their restroom, you take the lid off of the tank, and you take your dump in the tank, and you leave it there. It's called an upper decker.
I've never heard of that.
Well, now you have. You're welcome.
An upper decker.
See, everybody, this is why I am on the show. I am what you would call the comedic relief that allows him to take a step back and understand that doesn't always have to have a foul potty mouth to get his point across. And then I teach him new things, like what an upper decker
Teach
is.
me weird things. Like, I didn't need that. My life wouldn't be any different without knowing what an upper decker is.
You didn't know that? Listen. You live with your brother, okay? If you piss your brother off one day, he may just
I
roll downstairs into your bathroom and
I
just
own
let it
the
rip.
house, though, so I'm not going to ever do that in my house.
I'm not saying that you will do it in your house. I'm just saying that your brother could do it to
I
you.
would beat his ass. Look, listen. The gun I have, and for the people on Podbeam, the video element of this will be uploaded afterwards. And you'll be able to see my demonstration. But Alec Baldwin, in his interview, said he never pulled the freaking trigger. It was a 1 in a trillion shot, he said. No, Alec, it was a fucking 100%er. Because if you point the trigger or point the freaking gun at someone with rounds inside of it, live rounds, you cock the hammer back, and you pull the freaking trigger, gun go bang. And not just one person got shot, 2 people got shot. Why? Because you fucking pointed in the direction of 2 people. We talked about this yesterday with the school shooting. People want to blame the gun. The gun did nothing, Alec. The gun is not a fault. That's an innocent freaking pistol. An inanimate object is not responsible for killing someone. You are, you freaking idiot. That pisses me off because we have people like Alec Baldwin. Oh, we should have cops on scene when we're using live rounds. No, you should just be fucking smarter. If you're one of these idiots that think a gun kills someone, or in that, I'm fired up about it. You know why? Because it's bullshit. Because it makes people out that actually practice gun safety. You know what? Because we have Kyle Rittenhouse, who properly uses a firearm and defends himself, and this man is being criticized. He went through a fucking trial for a year and a half that didn't even need to be a trial. He didn't shoot anyone but the people that were attacking him. He did exactly what he was supposed to do, and that gun did exactly what it was supposed to do in the hands of someone who used it properly. But you have some dumb fucker, Alec Baldwin, that was practicing a move, didn't even need a real fucking gun for what he was doing, didn't take the time to check if it was loaded, practiced a move, pulled it out of the holster, went through the process of cocking the hammer back, pointing the gun at someone, not just one person, but 2 people, and pulling the trigger, and then fucking lying on national TV saying he didn't pull the trigger. Because he thinks that guns don't fucking work like that they malfunction. They don't. If the gun malfunctioned like that, then you were beating the shit out of it inappropriately before that to cause some kind of error in that rifle, in that fucking pistol. Guns don't just go off. Especially a Colt.
I'd say that's a pretty high-end weapon.
It frustrates me. It really frustrates me. I can't believe that people are going to sit here and listen to his interview on ABC. Again, this is just a preview of the interview. But people are going to sit there and listen to his interview on ABC and think, oh my God, it was just an accident. And then at the same time, the dumbasses are wanting Kyle Rittenhouse kicked out of college, which we're going to talk about that too. But they want him kicked out of college because he's guilty in the eyes of a lot of people. Motherfucker, he's innocent by legal standards, and that's all that fucking matters. I can't believe someone would say something so stupid, Zach.
I can. You have to remember who you're talking about here. Okay? Again, I'm not gonna, full bore come out and say that Alec Baldwin's an idiot.
No, I am. He's an idiot.
Well, no, I understand, but you have to remember that he is, one, a paid actor. He is not, he does nothing that requires a whole lot of cognitive thought. He's got to memorize stuff, and that's about as far as it goes. Other than that, he gets told what to do, when to do it, and how to do it by somebody else. All the time. Every time. And
Yeah,
that's where you, not necessarily you lose me, but where in an argument like this, it's tough for me to give it any attention, even even though it does frustrate me, because I mean, who are we talking about here? If we were talking about, I don't know, let's just say a businessman, okay, somebody who has to use their full cognitive power on a daily basis, somebody like that, then I would deem it a little bit more of, okay, you're a pure idiot. Nah, Alec Baldwin, he's an idiot, but he's not like a pure idiot because it's what he does. He's told what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and how often to do it. And that's what he did.
But the problem is, Zach, is he was the producer as well. He was the one telling people what to fucking do. Remember?
Yeah. I don't know what to say then.
So you would have some argument if he was just the actor. He was also a producer. He's also the one that hired and didn't want to spend the money to have the right people watching over the set and the firearms on the set. He wanted to pay some girl that had never really done it before, I'm pretty sure. Because they wanted to save money. They didn't want to use the union. So the same leftists that are out there, wanting all, workers' rights and rights for people and human rights and all that stuff, want to fucking be cheap asses and hire cheap labor, and then something like this happens. The ones that want to raise wages, they want to, make all the small businesses employ people and pay their fucking lives away to their employees, all right, are the same ones that don't want to pay to do something right. Why didn't Alec Baldwin pay to go get training? Why? Because he's too good for that. He's too good to fucking admit that he pulled the trigger. Oh, by the way, my gun must be on a timer because it hadn't fired yet. That must be what it is. There's 10-second timers on the gun or something. Or an hour timer, because I can guarantee you if I don't touch it and pull the trigger, it's not going to go off for this whole freaking podcast.
Yeah, that's a pretty fair argument.
Dude, that's how people get killed, though, Zach, when they don't admit to the mistakes. When they go on TV and they say, oh, I didn't pull the trigger. Now you have people that think guns just go off. We have people that don't know how guns work. We have kids that have no experience with a firearm. They go to school and they shoot 11 people like what happened yesterday. We have negligent accident. There's never an accident with a gun. It's a negligent discharge.
I agree.
It's a serious matter, but people don't take it seriously. Alec Baldwin going on and doing that interview is not taking it seriously. And you know what? Legally, if I'm a prosecutor, or I'm the family of the woman that got killed, I'm looking at that and I'm saying, oh my God, we have his ass. He just admitted that he didn't know how the fucking gun works. He said he didn't pull the trigger. Wrong, idiot. The only thing that I can think of with that gun that he didn't pull the trigger is he pulled the hammer back and let it go before it was locked back into place. Like they do where they jerk the hammer back. That's it. That's the same fucking thing as pulling the trigger. Why? Because that's even worse, because you're actually meaning to have that firearm go off at that point. God dang it, Baldwin. You should be in jail. Let's move on. Getting fired up here. The next thing. Kyle Rittenhouse is kicked out of school at Arizona State University. So, I read an article this morning. Now, I know that the students at Arizona State have been trying to get him kicked out of school. Now, he is not enrolled. He was taking online classes, Zach, but he's been accepted. And they tried to say that he lied on the stand, saying that he was in the nursing program or whatever. That's not a big deal, because, like when I was a freshman in college, which he would have been, I was saying, yeah, I'm going to be an econ major. I'm studying economics, but I wasn't studying it yet, because you have to go through your first 2 years of, BS art and painting and shit classes. But it says, this article, this is the New York Post. Kyle Rittenhouse is no longer enrolled at Arizona State University, where left-leaning student groups rallied to get the teen kicked out of his studies, despite a court acquitting him of all charges. University officials told the Post on Tuesday that Rittenhouse, 18, was no longer taking any classes. Quote, Kyle Rittenhouse has gone through ASU admissions process, a university spokesperson said in an email. University records show that he is not currently enrolled in any classes at ASU, which I would imagine he's not because he just dealt with the trial.
Probably a little preoccupied.
Yeah. Rittenhouse testified on trial on November 10th that he was studying nursing at ASU. The university confirmed earlier this month that Rittenhouse had been taking classes online as an online student for its session starting October 13th, but it wasn't enrolled in the Edison College of Nursing and Health. So like I said, it's like he'd be a freshman. He's only 18. So it's like, yeah, I'm going to study nursing or I want to study nursing. He's just not in that, into it yet. That's all that is. He didn't lie about anything. Most people do that. Yeah, I'm in pre-med, or I'm in pre-law, or I'm in economics, but they're a freshman. They're not taking any of those classes yet. Following Rittenhouse's testimony in court, four groups led by Students for Social